Shemai GTA chums, it's finally here, the Obey 10F, and was it worth the wait? Yes, I think it was. Here she lies next to the Torero XO because these cars are quite similar, but this is like almost like the sports baby brother, even though they're obviously one's an Audi and one is a Lamborghini. Very different cars in a way, but similar in other ways. 1.6 million though. That's not a bad price considering the crap we had last week with the Japanese imports, which were well, just terrible really. But this is not like that at all, and I can heartily recommend it for people who have the money to splash out on this car. And we're going to do a full customization. We already have the green colour, the lime green. I put this on as a temporary colour. I might be keeping it though because I like the look of it. You've got all these forged splitters, just like you have on the Torero XS. So I think we'll use the secondary colour with that forged splitter, not that wired out one, because that is a bit too far. Although maybe it isn't, because what I'm thinking, maybe it will suit that. Let's have a look at the forged one. So this is forged, and it just has a little lip there. Yeah, that's tasteful enough. We can do that. You also have that one. Actually, that one's probably better. The secondary. It sticks out a little bit too much though for my money, so we're going to leave it at that. Happy days. Rear bumpers, this is where it gets interesting. So we can remove the bumper, or we can add all these canards. I don't think the canards, the diffuser fins, not canards, whatever, the diffuser, the canards, I don't think they add a lot of value to it. So what we're going to do is probably, which may not be the best, we're going to remove the bumper. To hell with it. Why not? It doesn't look the best at the moment, but we're gonna improve on that hopefully with the exhaust. Hopefully there's some good options on the exhaust. Come on, there it is. Okay, there's the chrome one. Have we got any that are color coordinated though? The carbon looks better, I think, with the carbon ends to it. So let's go with a carbon twin turbo. So that is something you really want to expose and show to your buddies. Ideal. Right, we want some more forged stuff, so we want to use as much of this forged stuff as we can really. I like the black in here because it keeps it nice and vented looking, so the green tends to break up the colour too much. It makes it look like a Nero or something. It's not a Nero, although it is faster than a Nero on the test track, funnily enough. That's keyboard and mouse as well, so just bear that in mind, that those speeds, oh, that is quite nice. The forged canard thin, I could do that. That's too Nero-ish, and that is just in the right kind of end of the spectrum. Very nice. I did a night shift last night. That's why I'm so slow to upload this. So I'm obviously I'm quite tired as well, but I think I've got my facts in hand. This is obviously the Audi. Lots of options on the bonnet. The Audi R8. Not as much as a fan of the primary performance. I'm not going to go with that today for a change. This one maybe. The race hood is very nice. That is probably the best one, the race hood. I like that. Nice and aggressive. Aggression isn't nice, by the way. It's nice to be nice to each other. Here's the liveries. We normally start with these. I like these white pinstripes. I was thinking the red might be useful, but now I've got green. And the thing is, the more I've got the green on it, I was going to keep this as a temporary colour. That's alright, that would do. And this comes up into the rear end, the bumper as well, but we deleted the bumper. Jackal Racing similarly covers a bumper in grey. And I think that's good. I think the Jackal Racing we could use with a matte look to it. And I think I am going to go matte. I'm going to go white. That is the one for me, definitely. The pinstripe. Plate. Doesn't make a damn bit of difference now, but fun time plate. We've got nothing on the front, and we'll just leave it at that. Actually, yellow and black. Yeah, that's what plate we want. Yellow and black. Primary colour, right. I was going to change it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go with this green because I think it looks so good. The grey looks decent on it as well, but you want a highlight colour, like a highlighter colour, like in the inside turn it orange or something. I mean, white we've got at the moment, which is fine, And now we're using the green. It's going to limit what we can do with our colours on the inside because I wanted to go with something nice. So ice white is probably the way to go. Actually, we're going to stick with ice white as a secondary. The trim colour. Now it's already got white in the trim already, so I don't really want to put more white on. I want a contrast to it, but some of these colours, that is jokerish. I just think it's not quite there without, we're probably going to go full white out. Orange, that is too much, isn't it? You know, the ultra blue doesn't look too bad, but again, it's too garish from the outside. I think we want to go classic. If you're going to delete your bumper, you really want to work hard to make everything else fit in line with it. It's like so greyish colour. I think is probably the nearest. This rolled steel colour, or even a bluish silver. I think that's light and that's a bit lighter, but gives a little bit of a significant contrast to the white. So bluish silver it is. Look at that, it looks great. Bluish silver, nice. I like that. Roof, alright, this is the interesting bit. Roof fins first off. We've got these fins, jeb ends. We've got the jeb ends we can plonk on top, yeah? The forged one, I think I will go forged. I think it's a bit wrong, but we're going to do that. Why not? Actually, it's not wrong, it sticks out nicely. Now, with this build, we could go full kind of carbon hood. Um, and that is decent, but you know what would be better is this, which follows through. I wasn't going to put this on, but with the look of it, I want to use the forged carbon, which I'm not sure suits it. Now I stick it on, maybe just a little bit of forged carbon will work. Let's go forwards and look at the curved roofs we can put on. Now, with the accent there, I think forged will work. We'll do it. Why not? You only live twice. The side panels we can color body colored, which is nice, but I think this really adds to the look of it. Oh, forged panel adds some nice textures and adds to the roof, so that is good. Skirts. There's a lot of decent customization here. We've got a Benny's variant. This is not the wide body, obviously, but the Benny's variant I'm not looking forward to now we've driven this because I like this. Benny's is just going to ruin it, so I wouldn't hold your hopes up for Benny's. This is a bit too chub. Maybe that is too chub. I don't like that wing that sticks out. Little wing, there we go. Secondary forged wing skirt. That is the way. Okay, spoiler. We don't need a spoiler where we're going because it doesn't have an effect on traction, unfortunately. I know that because I've watched the Bruffy1322 video. It's not a top-end performer like some YouTubers might be saying. The ducktail's great, but I imagine that's going to get rid of the active spoiler. So I'm not going to put anything on, I don't think. Carbon spoiler, no. I mean, we've got the forged spoiler. I'm not sure about this, but if that carried through, like with a forged look through this gap here, you know what, I think we could get away with it just about. Hopefully that keeps the active spoiler and it adds just enough. Oh, suspension, you need to lower it to the max. I was going to change those rims, wheels, so I was going to change them, but now I've gone for green. This suits the overall look, and I was going to go with white rims, but I really think that would make it too disgusting, bearing in mind the rear end. So these rims are very nice looking as well, so we're going to keep them. But what we are going to do is put bulletproof tyres on. Tyre smoke, we're going to put that as a green tyre smoke. And then, I don't really want to limit, let's have a look at what the windows do. So okay, yes, nice. You can see the engine in the back when you limo out the side window. So I think we can go full limo on this. You kind of actually no. Let's go dark smoke, not quite full, so you can still see those nice looking seats. Okay, that's enough. Let's get out of here. It's probably daytime. It's bound to be daytime. It'll be the next day by the time I finish this one. That is a great looking car. And maybe even customization, it's better than the Torero XO, perhaps. The exhaust looks great as well, just like the Torero. It's very similar to the Torero's exhaust, but I think performance-wise, the Torero definitely, well, it definitely has it, and the Torero looks great as well. It's got a similar back engine as well. That's crazy. Let's have a look at that, because even the engine looks the same. It's like and the internals. Look at the seats. It's even got the same seats. What? Oh wow. They've just copied the Torero. That is interesting. Basically, it's a copy of. They even got the Torero's wheel. Yeah, it looks like it. That is interesting. Very interesting. Look at the engine. That's the same engine. It's a copy and paste. Oh, that's a bit disappointing. If you don't have the Torero XF, I'd probably say get that instead. Overall, you know, I'm going to say that it's a better car. Um, but it's still a good car. 1.6 million is a decent price for the performance you're getting out of it. Let's we're not going to make that corner. We're not going to make a lot of corners full whack because there's a lot of slip on the wheels. It's not the problem with the understeer because it's rear wheel drive. It's based on the Audi R8. There was a rear wheel drive variant as well as the Quattros, and that's the one it's based on, unfortunately. So maybe Benny's will be all wheel drive, but I wouldn't hold out hope of Benny's being massively exciting performance wise because so far they've been pretty gash with regards to the Benny's upgrades. So don't. It's going to give you a load of annoying Benny's customizations, which probably won't add anything to it. So buy this one. Don't wait for Benny to come out. Actually, you're not going to wait for Benny's anyway, because you need to buy this one. So I think you should experience this one if you're going to buy it, looking for the wide body. And it'll probably be a couple of weeks before that comes in. But you see the problem, I actually enjoy the way it drives. Compared to the Torero, it's a fair bit slower. Got decent enough top speed. I think it's 15th, according to Bruffy, 13222, 15th in sports class. Much slower. From my own experience, it's much slower than the Torero XO. I think it was a good couple of seconds behind. Where's my XO? Damn it, where's my spreadsheet? Hold on. I need to check my spreadsheet out. Because that's what you're competing with. You're not going to race this. XO 54 seconds, and this was 58 seconds, so that's 4 seconds, but that's keyboard and mouse. So just not got my control pad. So let's call it 3 to 4. Well, let's be generous. 2 to 4 seconds behind the Torero XO, which is a phenomenal car in a straight line, very fast accelerating. And this follows that kind of idea as being a great car in a straight line. But on corners you need to brake to make the tighter turns. Very good in a track for big open corners, that kind of thing. And it's a fun car. The thing is, the Torero sometimes is too fast for me and I'm crashing it all the time. This, a lot more forgiving purely because it's slower. So slowness, if you're used to smashing it up, can be a good thing sometimes. So is it worth it? Of course it is. You know, look at what we had last week. I think it's a decent car. Oh, come on, man, mate, show me. It's a decent car, one of the best out of this DLC, and it's certainly a quick car. You're not going to regret it, but you're not going to win races against people who are driving an Italy GTO, which will have a couple of seconds on you lap time. So also it's got more grip, even though they're quite slippy wheels as well. The all-wheel drive kind of, it just has it in the corners basically. But this will be probably catching up in the straight line performance kind of thing. Great car though, great little car, very much in the fun end of the spectrum. Let's have a look at the internals. Oh, electronic display. So yeah, I think the top speed was 120 something according to Bruffy. Watch Bruffy's video, I'll probably link it in, seeing as I have quoted him. 15th in class, or 5th I think out of this DLC with regards to speed. Great car, recommended, but if you don't have a lot of money, I wouldn't buy it now, I'd wait for it on discount. And if you don't, especially if you don't have the XO, get the Torero XO before this one. Still, I think that is the better car for fun reasons, and you could even race that in sports. You could race this as well, actually, because it's in supers. So yeah, I mean, if you want a challenge in sports races, get this. It's not top tier, but you know, you could beat plebs. Anyway, I've talked enough about this car. I did a night shift last night, did I say? But I'm excited. It's a good car finally. And I'm not looking forward to the Benny's variant, which will just be rubbish in comparison to this car. It won't. Now I've got high expectations for Benny's, so I really hope they do something good and not just a boring Benny's customization, which I suspect they'll have in the pipeline, and it'll come out last, of course, because next week it'll be the BMW or whatever, or probably not the Weevil. Hopefully it'll be the Weevil, but maybe it won't be. Anyway, enough waffle. Thank you very much for watching, but have a great day. If you're playing GTA, check out my other videos as well, which will be coming out today.